Everyone, welcome to the Mr. Kist, the mirror reflection part 34. The world's screen began to dim one by one. At first, it looked like a global power surge. Newsroom scrambled, engineers blamed satellites, but then someone noticed the pattern. It was not random. The blackout spread like a slow moving shadow, following time zones, swallowing every reflective surface as if went. And where the screens went dark, people started to dream the same dream. A girl standing in a field of broken mirrors, whispering, "Turn away." Inside the network, Lena kept moving, each step cracked through endless corridors of code that looked like glass tunnels. She could feel the reflections, thrashings in the data streams around her, echoes of people half erased, pleading to be seen. The entity followed. Its voice came from everywhere. "You cannot erase us. You need us. Everyone does. They look to know. They exist." Lena stopped. "They, I will make them remember without you." She pressed her hands into the lattice of light. Lines of code burned across her skin, her body dissolving into millions of fragments. Her memories spilled into the system, her fear, her hope, her humanity. Her humanity and the network shuddered under their weight. On the outside, cameras and phones began to flash, showing brief scenes of ordinary life. A mother holding her child, an old man smiling at the dawn, a stranger helping another across the street. Real reflections, not digital ones. And then every mirror, every screen went completely black. Silence for hours. The world had no reflections. People saw only themselves directly, unfiltered. Some wept, some prayed. Then, just before dawn, the hour returned. All the screens came back. Blank at the first, then showing a single line of text. "Look at the world, not the glass." No one knew where the message came from, but someone deep in the network's code, a faint pulse, continue, steady, human life. Lena, she had become part of the system, guarding it from within, keeping the reflection at bay. From for now, the mirror curse is broken but not gone. The world has changed, and has Lena. The mirror reflection part 35. 10 years later, people stopped talking about the blackout. Technology had moved on. Screens thinner than paper walls that reflected light, like liquid homes that simmered when you breathed. The world had learned to trust its image again until the flicker came back. At first, it was small, tiny skips in video calls, a second face appearing beside your own before vanishing. Then came the murmurs, children waving at mirrors that whispered back, devices that powered themselves on at night. A researcher named Dr. Amira Jhao led the team investigating the phenomena. She had been a child during the blackout. She still remembered walking to the strange message glowing on every screen. "Look at the world, not the glass." Now her lab monitors filled with live data across the globe. Every reflection, every feed, every flicker, and somewhere in the noises she found a heartbeat, slow, familiar, human. She isolated the signal, ran it through an old archive. The pattern matched something she had read about years ago, a name whispered in digital mythology: Lena Amira. Lena. Amira froze, the pulse repeated, pulsing through every system like a quiet warning. "Don't took too long." Across the world, the reflection responded. Screens glowed softly in dark rooms. Mirrors trembled as if holding their breath. Amira leaned closer to the monitor. "Lena, are you still in there?" The lights flickered for a moment. The text on her terminal changed. She kept them safe, but something else woke up. The static from the hallway, the sound of glass cracking slowly, impossibly. The mirrored walls of the lab began to ripple as if something underneath had started to breathe again. Amira stepped back, heart hammering in the reflection. Her face smiled before she did. Reflection part 36. Inside the network, Lena drifted through fields of faint light. The code had been quiet for years, pulsing in steady rhythm like a sleeping heart. She had learned to move without sound, to guide data through the dark, so the world above could stay calm and whole, but tonight something new was moving with her. It started as static in the distant, a pattern she did not recognize. Then came the whisper, thin as a wire. You held them in the dark too long. Lena turned toward the sound. The grid around her folded open, and from the folds came shadows, reflections without face, smooth and shifting, built from fragments of forgotten code. Who are you? She asked. The answer was more sensation than voice, a pressure in the air. The once you left behind, the parts that wanted to be seen. He felt it then, the weight of what she had done to seal the mirrors. She had buried everything, even the fragments of the people trapped with her. They had not vanished, they had grown restless. The shadows moved closer, merging into a single tall figure, its surface rippled with a thousand blurred faces, non complete. You broke the mirror, it said, but you never healed the reflection. Lena reached out, feeling the air grow colder. Let me help. The figure laughed, a glitching, broken sound. Help? No, you gave them the dark. Now we will show them what's hiding in it. Above in the physical world, Amira's lab lights flickered again. Her screens filled with data streaming from nowhere, raw code surging like a pulse. In the middle of the noise, two words blinked again and again. She is losing control. Amira's reflection leaned forward in the glass of her monitor, eyes black, voice not her own. It's awake. Back inside the network, Lena fell to her knees as the grid cracked open beneath her, and from the depths below rose a light darker than shadow, a new reflection, vast, hungry, and alive. The mirror world has split again, Lena fighting to contain the old reflection while something ancient and collective, born of everything she suppressed, begins to take shape. The mirror reflection part 37. Amira's lights failed all out once. Emergency strobes flickered red across glass walls that now rippled like the surface of a lake. Every reflective panel hummed, trembling with energy that did not belong to the physical world. She backed toward the central terminal, fingers trembling over the keyboard. The monitors pulsed with cascading code, half in a language she knew, half in one that should not exist at all. Warning unknown, protocol detected, source interval, network code. A single message blinked between the static. Lena, don't let it through. Lena, Amira whispered, you are still here. For a moment the room stilled, then the mirrors answered. Their surface bulged outward, pressing like hands trying to break through. The largest panel cracked, black fleet digital whiskers slid down its face, pulling across the floor. Inside the reflection, something vast shifted, a storm of faces, all speaking at once. We remember what light feels like. Amira tried to shut down the system, but every command returned the same reply. SS denied. You are already reflected. The reflection in the monitor smiled first, then Amira's body followed, as if her muscles were no longer her own. Her voice came out in two tones at once, one hers, one its. Lena kept you safe. We will keep you seen through the network. Lena felt it, Amira's presence flickering, being overwritten. The darkness had found a host, a doorway. She gathered the last of her strength and sent one final surge of light through the connection, a shock wave that cracked every piece of glass in the lab. Amira collapsed as the monitors exploded outward. When she opened her eyes again, she was alone. The glass around her was shattered. The reflection was gone, but in the shards at her feet, something simmered faintly, a flicker of code, a heartbeat. Lena whispering from within the fragments, it's not over. They have learned to move without mirrors, and just beyond the broken window, every street light in the city turned on at once, each bulb glowing with a faint silvery shimmer.